Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you watch this channel. I'd like to start this session by appreciating you so much for making this channel grow. If you wish to support us, just subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. So in a Star newspaper, there's a title that Irene Marsit's life is in danger. And as a result, the newspaper is saying that Irene Marsit had to fly outside the country. So, in this analysis, we ask ourselves, who could be threatening Irene Marsit? And is this article genuine or is it just out to sell newspapers? Either way, why is Irene Marsit's life in danger? I want to take you up to speed with a couple of history relating to why Irene Marsit could be facing some threats. Last year, towards the end of last year, that is in December, the three commissioners resigned. Irene Marsit refused to resign. As a result, Irene Marsit received numerous calls asking her to resign or should face the music. So Irene Marsit refused to resign, and she said that she was going to take this regime head on and she was going to expose everything that could have happened during that IEBC or electioneering period. So Irene Marsit refused to resign. So again, the question here is, who could be threatening Marsit, and why is it that Marsit is still finds it herself unsafe, despite the fact that she was fired? Because you understand that the Chelule-led commission made a decision that Irene Marsit and all the other three commissioners were supposed to be fired. So the three commissioners voluntarily resigned, but Irene Marsit did not resign. And in fact, if you look at the proceedings of that commission, you will realize that indeed there was nothing against Irene Marsit. There was no evidence that was brought that could make Irene Marsit guilty. None of those evidences which were provided there could achieve that. So as a result, Irene Marsit kept getting pressures left, right, and center that she's supposed to resign. So the Star newspaper has today indicated that Irene Marsit's life is in danger and she has been receiving death threats, and as a result, Irene Marsit has decided to fly outside the country. That is basically, you can say that she has gone to seek refuge in a different country because of security concerns. So again, the question is, who could be threatening Irene Marsit, even despite the fact that Irene Marsit had already been fired? There's a tribunal, IEBC tribunal, that is supposed to, interview those people who will be proposed for the commission job. That tribunal is supposed to replace all the commissioners, because you understand that there is no commissioner in IEBC. The only person who is senior there is Marjan, who is also not getting it easy with the telcos, because even Marjan, there's an article I was reading about IEBC that the telcos, talking about Safaricom, Airtel, and another company, Safaricom, Airtel, Telecom, and another company, 4 companies, they say that IEBC owes them close to 1 billion. That is a bill that was that came about those networking that was done and the virus connectivity of the KIMS. So they are saying that they will stop the network, and should that happen, that means that this KIMS will not be able to communicate with the central server, and as a result, the network of IEBC will have been compromised. So the topic here, ladies and gentlemen, is who is threatening Irene Marsit, and why is it so? I started off by giving you some brief history of what happened last year, towards the end of last year, until that formation of Muchelule Commission that saw the 3 commissioners resign and Irene Marsit take IEBC head-on. That also involved Irene Marsit facing Boyamolu, facing Marjan, facing Chebukati, and facing a couple of other IEBC officials. So Irene Marsit had to face her colleagues who were previously with her in the commission, but then she had to address this matter professionally. So if you look at the proceedings of that session, then you realize that Irene Marsit did her best, and as a result, she defended herself well. But you see, at the end of the day, the commission had to make a decision, and the decision was already predetermined, because you understand that even before the formation of that commission, there was talks that these commissioners must resign, and those who are coming from the faction led by William Samoei Ruto. So that faction led by William Samoei Ruto was hell-bent in making sure that Irene Marsit resigned. And because Irene Marsit did not want to resign, she received a lot of threats, so many threats on her life. The security was withdrawn, her cars were withdrawn, despite the fact that she had not been fired. I want to tell you something, or remind you about something, that the law, according to what I researched on, the law says that if you are not fired, you're simply suspended, you get half of the benefits. But you see, her security were totally withdrawn, the vehicles totally withdrawn. That means Irene Marsit did not receive the benefit that is bestowed on her in this constitution. So because Constitution 2010 gave Irene Marsit a privilege of enjoying half the benefits of what she's supposed to enjoy when she's fully reinstated as an IEBC official. So, dear viewers, I started off by saying that there is a newspaper by the name The Star newspaper that has said that there is a former commissioner whose life is in danger and has received death threats, and as a result, she has decided to run or seek for refuge in a different country. So, in that picture of that newspaper, there is Irene Marsit who is being captured there. So we assume that the person who is receiving these death threats is Irene Marsit. So dear viewers, allow me to wind up there. And until you catch up again in the next analysis, please you can comment below the comment section whether you think these threats on my Irene Marsit are okay. If you do, just tell us below the comment section. But if you don't, also just tell us below the comment section. And once again, I'd like to urge you to stay safe and stay blessed until you catch up again in our next analysis.